tired. Yep, we're good. Cool. Okay, let me look at this.
I'll start the interview.
Yeah, no, we're waiting for Riley to ask you some questions. But why don't I help Riley by?
Hold up. Okay. I'm making bullet points. Hold up.
What's that?
I need to make bullet points.
We'll warm up though. The town that you grew up in. What was the name of it?
We're at here.
No, this is all going back to your very early days as a kid.
When you were a kid.
Italy?
Yeah. What was the name of the town?
Castione Andeveno.
Okay.
Do you know how to spell that? You know?
I could write it, but I can't spell it out of my head.
Can you write it? Can you get him a pencil and write it?
Yeah. Grab a piece of paper.
What is it called, Bruno?
Castione Andeveno.
And how many people would you say lived in the town when you grew up there?
Oh, I don't know.
Was it like hundreds or thousands or?
No. Maybe 100.
Maybe 100? What was
This pen doesn't write.
in the town?
Vineyards.
Let me ask the questions.
I'm just helping you because you're. Let's just have a conversation about the town and then get into those.
Probably said like 100 people in the town.
This pen doesn't write.
Oh,
No,
here's another one. Here's
There's a different one.
There. I don't know why it doesn't write.
Let me see. Can I try helping? Oh, there you go. You have very good penmanship, Bruno.
Oh.
That's how you spell it. Castione Andeveno.
Is that an accent mark over the I or E or O?
What's that?
Is that an accent mark over the O or I?
Let's see. Oh, it's a
It's the dot on the I.
It's the dot on the I. Okay.
Castione Andeveno.
Okay.
So the town has like 100 people.
I'd say 100.
How long did you live in there for?
How do you do the on Google Docs to make
I lived there
the
till
accent mark?
I was
Don't worry,
born
it's just
until
a dot
till I
on
came
top
to
of
the
I.
United States.
You know how you,
How
there's a dot
long
on
though
top of
did you
it?
live there?
It's not an accent mark. You just make it
9
look like
years.
9 years?
Yes.
So he lived in that town for 9 years, really.
I went to the 3rd grade there.
Nice. And then after that, you moved to the United States?
Yes.
All right, so 100 people in this little town.
Well, I'm just
And-
guessing.
And yeah, I know, but they're basically it's a tiny town.
It's
And what was in the town?
vineyards,
Was
cows, pigs.
So
You
it's
know,
like farm town.
chicken. It was a farm area.
Was it in the mountains?
Lot of yes. Lot of vineyards.
And he said he moved when he was 9 years
Oh, we'll
old.
get there. We'll get to the moving part. But what were there stores in your town?
The stores.
Were there stores
Yes.
and restaurants?
Yeah, there were grocery stores. I mean, when I was a kid, we used to steal eggs from my grandmother and then take them up and get candy for them.
You trade them in for candy.
Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. And wasn't there a bar there with the last name of Franchetti? The bar was called Franchetti's?
Yes.
And was that...
It was something that we ran into when we visited there one time.
Oh, it wasn't there when you were growing up?
No.
Oh, was it a family member that started it?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
There were a lot of Franchettis in that town.
Oh, there were,
Yeah,
and you guys weren't related.
there might have been 6 or 7. I don't know why, but
That's interesting.
they were there. So,
What do you got, Ryan?
Well, I mean, I don't really know what to ask. Do you know what you like did on your free time in this town?
did I have free time?
No.
Or
like,
what would
like-
you do like on your free time?
What'd you do for fun?
What I did for fun?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see, I'm trying to think. It wasn't like here, of course. You know, we had no bicycles. Only the wealthy people had bicycles.
So then, how would you spend your time as a kid?
Well, we would come up with some games of some sort, you know,
What type of games?
different games. Well, like my grandmother, you know, I told you, you know, we used to take eggs,
Mhm.
steal eggs from her,
Mhm.
and then take them to the grocery store to get candy.
Yeah.
Until he told my grandmother, I didn't realize you had that many chickens. And she said, what do you mean? Well, your grandson and his friend come up with eggs to trade. In other words, to turn in for candy. And he said to her, well, I didn't know that.
Did you get a whooping?
No, chewing out,
You got a chewing out?
yeah.
What's a chewing out?
What's a chewing gum?
Got yelled at?
Huh?
He got yelled at by his grandmother.
Yeah.
You've got a very good memory.
My grandmother was strict,
She was.
but she was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But she ran a tight ship.
yeah,
Did you have to work?
very seldom,
Very seldom.
yeah. I mean, people did work there, you know,
They didn't put the kids to work?
no.
Describe what it was like there. Like if you were to go to the village, like what would it look like?
Well, it would be completely different than the United States.
It would. So like, what would it be? Like, describe it.
Well, I mean, for recreation, what you would do is maybe go to the farm. I used to go and get figs from a fig tree, you know. And one time I went and it scared the heck out of me because there was a huge snake on the tree. So
Yeah.
I immediately left.
So you're saying there's like a lot of like animals and like fig trees?
Yes.
Is it a forested area? Is it trees or is it
Like-
more like open
Open.
land?
No, it's more like open land.
So like.
They need the open land
For the
to feed the cows
and for the
and
grapes?
and the pigs and whatever else, what other animals. One thing they had there, everybody had a cow or two for milk.
Was there a lot of crops?
A lot of what?
Crops?
Well, there were some crops, but not that many
What types?
because
of
we had stores there.
Yeah.
But I can remember that we very seldom went to the store to buy stuff.
Because you had all the food that you just grew it.
Didn't have the money, I guess.
Was
Yeah.
there a school in this village?
Yes,
A school that you went to every day?
I was in the 3rd grade
when you moved.
when I left there.
What was the school called?
I don't remember.
Okay, it's fine.
Who was your favorite teacher?
That's hard.
It was a woman. That's all I know. I mean, how could I remember 91 years ago?
Yeah, Yeah, like mom doesn't even remember her teachers, Dad.
Yeah.
What drove you to move, or do you like know
What drove me what?
to move to America?
Well, it wasn't my fault, my idea. It was my father's idea.
Why did your father move to America?
What did he do?
Why did he move?
What was the decision that brought you to America? Why did your father want to come to America?
Well, because it's hard work out there. You work all the time.
In Italy.
Yes.
So he didn't want to have all that hard work on him.
You know, working in a kind of like a farm, it's not easy.
How
You
old
know,
are you when you moved?
You have some
He's
chickens,
not. He told
you
me.
have cows, pigs.
Oh, so your farm was like his job.
What's that?
The farm that you lived on was that was his work.
Right.
That was.
Yeah,
So
that's
what
right.
did he sell?
What did he sell?
Yeah.
He didn't sell anything.
So he didn't make money.
No.
So you were just farming for the food that you needed
Yeah,
to live.
right.
So
Oh.
it wasn't a
It was
a capitalistic village.
Wait, then how'd you live in a
Yeah.
house if you had
What
no money?
how do I say this?
how did you have a farm if you didn't have money?
Well, I guess my grandmother inherited it.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know how they got the farm.
One second, I'm gonna get a glass of water.
Interesting.
Just keep on
and
talking.
then,
You're gonna what?
Get a glass.
so your father didn't have like a paying job,
No.
and so how did he get a ticket to America? You know,
His grandfather.
That's a good
his
question.
grandfather gave it to
Yeah,
him.
Giovanni Michele Franchetti came to the United States. Same area, and Livio was born here.
Who was
Livio was born, his dad was born here.
born in America.
Yeah,
And then went back to.
yes, to Italy, back and forth, like his father.
So your father was going back and forth from America to
And
Italy?
his father too.
Whose father? Oh,
His father.
his grandfather.
Yeah,
Bruno's
his
grandfather.
grandfather.
Bruno, when you
And
went
then
to
Giovanni Michele Franchetti.
What?
when you went
Okay,
That's
to
his name. Or
America,
Domenico sometimes.
when you went to
Yeah,
he's
America,
referred
what job did your dad have?
When I came to America,
What job did your dad have?
well, when I first came, I was 9 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't have a job.
No,
No,
I'm
your-
talking about your dad.
Your dad.
What job did your dad have?
Well, he was struggling to find work.
Yeah.
He worked in a winery,
You
and,
probably said his dad worked in a winery.
and that's about it. That's all
When
I
he got
know.
to America.
Yeah.
You know.
He would lose his.
And he was
Livio
struggling to
came
find a job.
back to the United States because he would lose his American citizenship because he was being he was going to be forced to be under Mussolini's army, and he'll lose his
Citizenship.
American citizenship. So he had to come back here.
Got it.
How did you get to America?
By boat.
You took a boat.
Constricted.
I still remember the name.
What was the name of the
It was
boat?
called the Rex.
REX.
REX, yeah.
What was that like being on that boat?
Oh, it was wonderful.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Did you get seasick?
No, my mother did, though. She got sick.
How many days?
Oh, a couple of days. She couldn't go to dinner, so she turned me over to another couple.
Do you know how long you were on the boat for?
I was on the ship for about 7 or 8 days.
And it was everybody on the boat coming to America to like.
Yes.
It was like a. It
Came
wasn't like a cruise. It
Came
was.
into New York.
Was it a big boat or
So
small?
through Ellis Island.
It was a big boat.
Really, it was a big boat.
Well, in my eye,
Yeah.
it was a big boat.
Where did the boat travel from?
Huh?
Where did the boat travel from?
Genoa.
Genoa.
The boat traveled from Genoa to where?
Genoa.
To America.
But what part of America?
To Ellis Island, right?
Yes.
Ellis Island.
Well, they stopped there.
Yeah.
We had to stop there.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you have
from
to come
where?
through Ellis
The
Island.
boat
to,
traveled
what?
from where to where?
To Ellis Island, New York.
From Ellis Island to New York.
No, from Genoa in Italy to New York. With a stop in Ellis Island because that's what all all immigrants had to go through Ellis
Yeah,
Island
that's
to
right.
get processed.
What year did you go in the war?
Wait, hold on, we're not there
Oh,
yet.
sorry.
We're
Sorry.
still staying.
What
Jaden, shut up.
This was 1939.
So the
And
boat
you were-
traveled from Genoa, Italy to Ellis Island, New York.
Yes,
in 1939?
In 1939. And you were 9 years old.
yes,
Um,
9 years old.
how long did it take to make new friends?
How long did it take what?
To make new friends.
Oh, it didn't take long, you know.
Yeah.
I was living in Crockett, and pretty friendly people there, you know.
So the first place that you lived in when you got here was Crockett,
Right,
and you didn't speak any English.
no.
And were there other Italians there that or
Yeah,
other,
there were kids that were from Italian families.
and they could speak it. They could speak with you,
Right,
even though you didn't know
Yeah.
English. They could speak Italian.
yes.
How long did it take you to learn English?
I figured it was about when I was in the 3rd grade. Again.
Oh, so it was like a year. Like you went.
Yeah, it's like about a year. By then, you get pretty familiar with the language.
Yeah.
Were you a good student?
I thought I was. You know, everybody thinks they're a good student.
Yeah.
How long did you keep your accent for?
Oh, I don't know. They used to tease me all the time. Mussolini, you know, he was the dictator
Mm-hmm.
in Italy. And they used to tease me. So I don't know how long I kept the.
Because you don't have a lick of an accent anymore.
I don't.
No,
Not at all.
not
Yeah.
at all. I wonder how long you held it.
I've done a lot of schooling here, you know.
Yeah.
Went to
Were there-
college and so forth. So-
Were there more hobbies to do in America? Like, did you have more hobbies?
What?
Did you have more hobbies in America?
Oh yeah.
What kinds?
What do you mean?
Like, what kinds of hobbies did you have in America?
I used to love toys, airplanes especially.
I read that.
I used to. I lived in Crockett up on a porch, and I used to make the balsa
Also airplanes.
airplanes
Yeah.
and cover them, and then when I got tired of them, I'd fly them off the porch.
Nice.
You know, that was a lot of work. Yeah.
What was your first job like?
My first job,
Yeah,
I worked for the railroad,
the railroad.
The railroad.
and then,
What did you do? What did you do for the railroad?
well, it's kind of a stevedore, you know,
I don't know what a stevedore is.
a worker.
But like, were you laying track or were you?
No, I think they didn't let us lay track. Let's see, the first job I had was working on a farm and running a harvester. Have you ever?
A big tractor?
Yeah,
Oh, really? You got to do that?
yeah.
How old were you?
Oh, I was maybe 15.
Go 15.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And by that time, you're in San Rafael, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm working at the Christmas tree lot right now.
You're working at the lot?
Christmas tree lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you get yourself a good Christmas tree?
Yeah, we
yeah,
did.
we did.
Good.
It's pretty.
How long did you work on the railroad tracks for?
It was usually in the summertime.
Mm.
I didn't work during the school year.
Yeah.
It was the summertime, and all my friends were getting jobs on the farm,
Mm-hmm.
running harvesters. We used to, it was up by Hamilton Field. Going up, you know, that road.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and we would fill these sacks with some sort of grain. I don't know what it was, but anyway, then we'd dump them off onto a truck. And but it was, I mean, I got paid, for doing it.
How much? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember. I just don't remember. But it was, for me, it was good money,
Yeah.
you know.
And back in those, back at that time, there was no Highway 101.
No. No, but there was a road going to Vallejo.
Following the same path as Highway 101 now.
No, not following the path of this track, of this farm.
Do you know how
Yeah.
long? Do you know how long you lived in that house?
Have
for?
you ever been on the road from Novato to Vallejo?
Yeah.
That road.
Do you?
On the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruno.
That road.
And highway, and was there a road that was connecting San Francisco to Novato?
Well, there was a road, but it was local. The Golden Gate Bridge had just been built. So it was the beginning of the highway.
Yeah.
Uh,
Isn't that crazy to think? No Highway 101? Like, just not there.
what's that?
Just no.
It's just crazy to think of Marin County without Highway 101
Yeah.
going through it.
That's the way it was,
Yeah.
you know.
Dad, I used that same tripod yesterday.
Bruno, how long did you stay in that house for? Your first, like, in America?
What do you mean? How long would I?
Like-
How long were you in Crockett?
Yeah, how long were you in Crockett?
I was there, let's see, 1939 to 45.
So, was that during the-
Where's Crockett?
6 years.
Crockett is where you played your last basketball game, basically. Remember when we
So like
Was
Pinole?
Pinole, yeah.
Was that during the Great Depression when you moved?
No,
It wasn't? When was the Great Depression?
the Great Depression was in 1930 and onward.
Oh.
You moved after.
Huh?
You moved after the Depression.
Yeah. No, I didn't move after.
1939 is when you said you moved.
Oh
right?
yeah, I mean I came to.
You came to America.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
after that, yeah.
It was tough in those days to
Yeah.
get work. My father had trouble, and he finally got a job at the C&H sugar refinery, where my grandfather worked. So, I mean, at least that's what he told me. It was really tough to get work in those days.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
Did you collect any valuable things? Like, were you a collector?
Did I what?
Did you were you a collector?
Was I a collector?
Yeah.
Well, I always was a collector. When you see something valuable, you collect it.
Yeah, but did you collect action figures or like?
No.
They didn't have.
Oh, they didn't have any.
So you have depression. Yeah, you recall living through the Depression.
Some sense.
I feel like Anne Marie has told me that you have memories of how hard life was during the Depression.
It was difficult. Of course, I didn't have to worry about supporting my family because I was a kid,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But I always, in the summertime, I always got a job that paid. One summer I worked in a lumber yard. Another summer I worked
Is this in Marin? Or in Italy?
San Rafael.
In San Rafael?
Yeah. In the summertime, I worked on this farm. That was up in, I don't know what you call it. It was part of Novato, but going to that Highway 37,
Okay.
you know.
The,
And,
the Naves?
huh?
Nave?
Yeah.
You know Nave?
What?
Never mind.
And then how old were you when you enlisted into the war?
19.
Was that voluntary? Did you just want to sign
Well,
up?
I joined the Marine Reserves because at that time, if you joined the reserves, you would not get drafted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were drafting everybody because the Second World War had just basically started, and they needed people.
What was the war like?
Well, hold on one second. We'll get there, buddy. So you enlisted into the reserves so that you wouldn't get drafted.
Right.
But then didn't that mean that they would send you overseas?
No, that meant that when they called everybody up, everybody got drafted, one way or another.
Okay.
But you were drafted in the reserves, so you made a choice yourself, you know.
So, what? This is what am I looking at?
John, you
Marines.
dropped something.
Oh yeah. So you enlisted and you were in the reserves
Yes.
locally in San Rafael.
Yes.
But when did you have to go overseas?
We used to go to meetings in San Anselmo
Yeah.
every week, and they would pay us to go to the meetings. So much, you know, for the time, and that money came in handy,
Dad,
you know.
Dad.
So
Was Bruno's war base, like where he did war, was that in Hamilton?
No, Korea.
Korea?
Yeah. So how long was it? How long was it before they shipped you overseas?
well, one summer we used to go to boot camp, kind of
Yeah.
summer camp at Camp Pendleton in Southern California, and they would hold us for 2 weeks at that time.
Okay.
And every time we went, there was something new, of course.
Yeah.
Training, focus, hiking all the time. Really forced march, forced hiking.
Yeah.
And when the war broke out in Korea, then they said one summer, we used to go to summer camp in Camp Pendleton in Southern California. So they said, well, we're gonna call everybody up
The IRA
within a week or two. They told us when.
Tuesday from Charles
At that
Schwab.
time, you report to Camp Pendleton. You take the train to Southern California
I left
and
the email
report
there
at Camp
on the
Pendleton.
connection.
And
Okay, well,
and
I
then
need
when
to
we got called, they put us all in different units. They broke up our
Tuesday.
reserve outfit
Yeah.
and filled in with other people to form a company, say.
Yeah.
I just happened to get chosen for the infantry. You know, some people got chosen for other things.
And what year was that?
1951, I think it was.
And
What?
when did the war break out?
That's what I was about to ask.
Well, it was already broken out.
Right.
What year did the Korean War?
Can you stop that for a sec?
What?
Aaron, can you stick around because the chair recliner is going to be here today, and you had to bring in the recliner.
Well, yeah, but I'm wondering when, because we have to be somewhere.
Between 2 and 5.
I can't stay that long,
Okay.
but I could maybe.
You can't be sitting outside.
No, I
need
know,
that.
but maybe I can drive back down and help you. What was I gonna say?
What year did the war break out? Yeah, like
Oh yeah, when did the Korean War start?
Yeah.
Sometimes in 1950, I don't know.
Yeah.
51, I think.
Really, right there.
And so in '51 is when they shipped
Already
you
did.
overseas.
No, well, it was a couple of months
Right.
later.
No, just let it be.
We went to Japan first, and then did a lot of training over there. And then from there, we went on board landing ships,
What?
and they shipped us to Korea.
And where did you land in Korea?
I think it was Kobe, Japan.
And then, but when you went into Korea, where did you land?
Incheon.
What is it called?
Incheon Landing.
Incheon Landing.
Yes.
And were you stationed? How long were you stationed there?
Well, what do you mean stationed?
Well, so you get to Korea, and then what happens? Like right when you get to Korea.
Incheon what?
When we,
Incheon Landing.
well, from when we got to Korea, we made the landing and then tried to get to the capital, Seoul.
Into Seoul.
Yeah, Seoul.
Okay.
Which is
Oh, so right when you landed, you're marching, and you're now in war.
yes,
Right when you got, and so you're fighting your way to get to Seoul.
right, exactly.
Oh wow! And then
Wait, can I ask a question?
what?
What guns were you, what weapons did you use in the war?
Well, he's asking what weapons were you holding in
Yeah.
the war?
An M1,
An M1?
yes.
Is that a machine gun?
No, that's a rifle.
It's a rifle.
Yeah.
So he's
Single,
holding
like
an
a single
M1.
shot rifle.
Yes. Well, it's got
He was holding
magazine.
an
Oh, it's got a
M1.
magazine.
Yeah,
So so you could just pull the trigger and.
right.
M1 rifle, get.
An, an M1 was at that time a very powerful gun.
Did you have anything else on you? Like, did you have grenades?
Yeah, hand grenades and things like that.
Really? So
You know.
had hand grenades and stuff.
Think of a
And so and what was your march to Seoul like?
It wasn't pleasant, I'll tell you. Well, it was the roads were very
The trip
Ancient.
to where? The trip to where?
So they were marching to the capital of Korea, which was Seoul, from Incheon Landing, and they're basically marching and fighting their way to try to get to the capital.
You're right.
And so the roads were like what? You were talking about the roads?
Well, I mean, all along the roads we would get enemy tanks and things like that. Try to stop us, you know.
How many of there were you?
How many what?
How many in your group were there in your battalion?
Well, let's see. The company, I don't know. I don't know what a battalion has.
Or I mean, like the people that you were fighting with. How many of those?
regiment.
The regiment, is that what it is? A regiment?
Hmm.
The group of people that you were with, that you were close with.
How many friends did you have in the war?
Let's see.
Was it like a group of 20 or a group of 100 or that were fighting together?
You talking about my company?
Yeah, just the people that you were fighting with, like fighting closely with. I don't know the different names of the groups. Like
Yeah, I get confused by that myself.
yeah.
Company, regiment, battalion. Most of them are from local, friends of his.
Yeah.
You look at the list. I've seen.
Yeah,
the
no,
list.
I know.
Some have passed away too, just recently.
Yeah.
Well, I was in G Company. And,
How many people were in G Company?
hell, I don't know.
Do you think it was like 10 or 20 or?
No, it's more than that.
Oh, okay. So you're marching in a pretty big group.
We're not marching,
Well,
just walking.
or walk, but no, I mean like you're moving and fighting with a pretty large group
Yes.
of people.
Tell them
Yes.
about Chosen.
And so,
But you have to be on the lookout for different things, you know. I mean, a couple of times we had Koreans acting as our guides, and sometimes you can't trust all those guys. You know what I mean?
because they're working for the enemy.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
And where would you sleep?
in a sleeping bag.
Like just anywhere?
Yes. Yeah. We used to dig foxholes and then put the sleeping bag in the foxhole.
And then, did you make it to Seoul?
Yes. Made it to Seoul,
When?
and
What?
we actually slept one night in the Emperor's Palace.
Wow, write that down, right?
Wait,
You
what?
spent the night in the Emperor's Palace in Seoul. So when you got to Seoul, that was mission complete.
Well, sort of, you know. When we got to Seoul, it was mostly complete, but not completely. You know, what happened then is that I'm trying to think now. We were on board, sometimes we were on board trains taking us to these places. But in Seoul, we marched all the way through, made the landings, and then started to work inland. I don't know how to explain it.
And then the Chosin.
Chosin Reservoir came later. You know, what happened is that the Chinese invaded Korea.
Riley, are you hearing this?
Hmm?
Listen. The Chinese invaded Korea. Do you know what year that was?
I don't know, it was in the 50s.
Do you know, like, late or early 50s?
I'm trying to read this. Oh, December 1950.
In just December 1950?
In December of 1950 was the Chosin Reservoir fight,
Yeah.
and you that's where you. Well, can you describe what the Chosin Reservoir was like?
It was you went into this valley, and then they had mountains all around it. So one of our things that we had to do, we had to go up the mountain, dig a foxhole, and protect the Chinese from coming in.
So now you're fighting the Chinese too,
Yes. Now we're fighting the Chinese
and the Koreans.
and the Koreans.
Bruno, did you shoot
Yeah.
anyone?
Wait, hold on one sec. Jay, we'll get there. And what was it like in the Chosin Reservoir? Like the
Cold as hell.
cold as hell. And you were in water too, right?
No, snow.
Snow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
dig the
December.
fox. You dig the
You ever see
foxhole
that Chosin Reservoir?
You dig the foxhole
documentary? You should look
to
at
block the
it.
Chinese
I
from
will.
coming out.
American Experience.
Well, I don't know if
I
they
will.
blocked them, but they helped.
Amazing.
Did you shoot anyone, Bruno?
I think I shot a couple.
Bruno?
I don't know, it's
Grandpa?
hard, you never know, you know? Because you're not looking up to see if you killed them,
Yeah.
you're just making sure that you're not killed.
Yeah.
And then you took an injury.
Yeah. When was your first hit? Like what year do you think
You,
you got shotgunned in the leg?
What year, what?
no. What was your first injury?
Yeah. What was your first injury?
My first injury was a hand grenade.
The shrapnel.
We were in our foxhole, and the Chinese came, started throwing hand grenades. They had very few rifles. And I got shrapnel in my back.
And you got
Shrapnel in my back.
because you were in the foxhole when they threw the grenade in,
Yes.
and you couldn't get out.
No. We tried to get away. Oh, I jumped out of the foxhole, but the hand grenades fly all over the place.
Did you lose any friends in that attack?
Well, I don't know. I didn't go around to check.
No, I mean, but did you lose people that you were
Close with?
close with?
Yes.
In the-
Well, some guys that I've been fighting with all the time, they weren't really friends. They were acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got immersed with regulars and you know, people that were in the Marines before.
Did that foxhole collapse after you got out?
No,
It didn't
the
collapse.
foxhole is just a hole in
Yeah, it's
the,
just a hole.
Oh,
just a hole in the ground,
isn't it a hole in the? But isn't it made out of snow?
huh?
Isn't it made out of snow? Did you say?
Was it what?
Made out of snow.
No, it was made out of
Oh,
ground.
I thought it was
We
just
dug
snow.
it. We
thought
dug
it
it before the snow came.
Because
Why?
I would think that like if they did a grenade, it would like bomb
Me?
up.
No, what?
Oh, do you want to have some water? Right there, Bruno.
Dad, I would think like after they dig it, if they throw grenades down in there, it would like blow up and then collapse.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Ryan, also.
No,
Sleeping.
when we first got there, we dug the foxhole. There was no snow,
Rest.
and then it snowed like hell after.
And so when you got hit, what happened then? Did the medics come take you away?
No, I jumped out of the foxhole, and then I felt something running down my back, like blood, you
Yeah.
know. So I decided I'm gonna walk down to the aid station and have them check it out. So I did that, and they fixed me up, kept me overnight, and then sent me back up the hill.
Oh man. And you walked yourself there, so it's wow. And is that piece of metal still in you?
No,
No, they took it out.
they took it out, yeah.
And when was the next injury?
That was
The next injury was a time when we were there, and of course the captain came around and telling everybody, we've got to hold this hill.
And
Don't,
is this still at the Chosin Reservoir?
yes. He says, don't leave. You have to stick this out. And so, after that, we were going on a, what do they call it, a bivouac. It's like a, well, where you go for, I don't know how to explain it.
No, Jay, please.
But he, the captain had come and said, hold this hill at all costs. So what do? You just stick in the damn hole and wait for the enemy to come. And that's exactly what they did. And it was scary because they would blow bugles. They had no electronic communications, you know. They would blow bugles, and then you'd get that feeling that they're gonna come and either shoot you or throw hand grenades in your
100,000 Chinese.
How many?
100,000 more plus Chinese.
Wow.
a what?
He said 100.
100,000 plus Chinese. All ranks.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Write
Chinese.
that right.
And-
100,000 plus Chinese.
And so you're hearing the bugles, and what happens?
You get shivers up your back.
And what happened with you?
What happened with me?
Yeah, like so you hear the bugles and
What are
and then
bugles?
like a trumpet.
And then you just kind of stick in the hole and keep firing. Sometimes you could see people, sometimes you can't, you know, but you're hoping for the best and hoping that none of them come and throw hand grenades in your hole.
So then, what was your
Because a
second?
lot of the Chinese had very few, didn't have rifles. A lot of them had, you know, they were relying on hand grenades and things like that.
Oh,
Think of 100,000 Chinese throwing grenades.
So
Yeah.
then how'd you get your second
Oh my-
injury?
What?
How'd you get your second injury?
Second injury, we were going out up in this hill and kind of a, what do they call, bivouac, to look around to make sure there's no Chinese coming up from that area.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got shot. They were firing all kinds of weapons and I got hit in the arm.
In the arm?
In the arm.
in the arm. Yeah, this arm.
Do you know what type of gun?
Huh?
Do you know what type of gun that you got shot with?
What?
No, he wouldn't know that.
He wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
What's
He,
that?
he was asking what type of gun shot you.
Well, I don't know. It was a Chinese gun.
Yeah.
It's probably a Russian, most likely.
Yeah.
And I have one more question.
It's an M1 probably,
How many
No.
just like an M1. They've got a big magazine in
Yeah,
there.
but
Yeah.
was it just you guys were the Chinese, or was there more like
Was it
armies?
what?
Was there more armies than the Chinese, or were there like was it just you guys?
I don't know what you mean.
Like, can you explain it? Like, how many like armies were in?
Well, he's wondering if you were fighting the Chinese and the Koreans at the same time.
Yeah.
In this fight.
Well, they were all together.
Yeah.
So
Northern Koreans.
it was.
Yeah.
I didn't go and find out whether they were Chinese or Korean.
No. Like, how
Yes.
many in the war? Like, how many different like armies? Like, were there like?
No, it's just
Russians,
the
China-
Chinese and the Koreans.
Oh, just and you guys were the Americans.
Yeah. And so you got shot in the arm, and what did you do next?
The next, well, I decided that nobody's going to look after me, so I walked down to the aid station and had them fix it. I mean, wrap it up.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, well, yeah, you know. I mean,
Of course
my
it
arm
has.
hurt, that's for sure.
Do you,
But
do you still have the scar?
but that's about it, you know.
And it was. Did they send you home after that?
No, after that, they had me at the aid station for overnight, and then they put me on a plane and flew me to Japan. And when I got to
It was that big
Japan,
airlift. from
when I got to
Jersey.
Japan, I ended up in a hospital. I think it was Kyoto.
Remember, it was a retreat.
In Kia, yeah. And was that the end of your fighting?
Basically,
They
yes.
didn't send you back over to fight more.
No,
do you know how long the war was?
the war lasted what?
It says on his hat.
At 1950 to 1953.
Right, so 3 years. And then who won? Was there not an ending, or
No one won.
no one won?
Let's
So
face
no one
it. It what war is not
Demarcation line.
fun.
It created a demarcation line between North Korea and South Korea, split into two. That was the end result.
Yeah, nobody won. It
Nobody won.
turned the big country of Korea into
Too small.
two smaller countries.
Yeah.
One of which is
It's all because
crazy.
of the communist.
After you got out of the hospital, what'd you do next?
When I got to the hospital,
No,
Like
after you got out of the hospital in Japan, what did you do?
I used to go out on Liberty.
Oh yeah,
He what?
he could go out on liberty.
Go out on Liberty.
What's that mean?
Yeah.
See some of those pictures he has.
And what did you do on liberty?
Different things.
What's liberty? What's liberty?
That's
Dad.
something that's adult to adult.
Dad, what's liberty?
Never
Huh?
mind.
It's a vacation.
Oh, I know.
Okay, it's something adults only do.
Yeah.
Have you done?
Did you enjoy your time on liberty?
Yes. We used to go out to restaurants, and we had money, you know. Script is what they call it.
Script is what
Script.
they called the money.
It's not real money, but it's
It's like written. It's like a check. Kinda.
yeah, it's like a check,
Dad,
but it looks like money.
is liberty only for poor people?
Yeah. Yeah.
What? How old were you when you went into war?
I think I was 20 or something like that.
You was 20 when you went into war, right?
Do you feel like when you got home, you had any PTSD,
What's that?
like nightmares and stuff about the war? You know
Yes,
that trauma.
I used to have nightmares.
Yeah. Any more?
Well, when I went to sleep,
But that faded after a few years.
After a while, yeah, it
Yeah.
faded. Yeah. Some things never fade, but for me, it faded.
Did
He
you
had a presidential unit citation. His commander won the Medal of Honor.
Did you have any
Oh,
pets?
you served under
Sitter.
What?
Sitter.
Sitter?
Yeah. And his commander was Chesty Puller.
Yeah, yeah. Did
But
you ever
Sitter
meet him?
is his. He
Yes.
won the Medal of Honor.
I met him in Seoul.
You met Chesty Puller?
Chesty
Yeah.
Puller, yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Did you have any pets?
Please, Jay. Please, I'm trying to stay on.
He
one
wasn't
topic.
that big. He was, kind of short, but
Yeah.
full of vigor.
And did you have a conversation with him, or just shake his hand?
No. He just said, "We're gonna get those SOBs."
Yeah.
He said you could hear him a mile away, his voice. And you knew it was him. That's what you mentioned.
Bruno, did you have any pets?
Did I what?
Have any pets?
You're not
Cuts?
very good.
Pets.
I have
Cats?
40 things.
Pets.
Isn't this interesting?
Oh, pets.
Yeah. Did you have any pets?
Well, not in Korea.
Yeah, not in Korea. Like, did you have any pets when you came back home?
When I came back home, I think my father had a dog,
Nice.
Well,
a
you had
small
cat,
dog,
too.
a beagle.
A beagle?
beagle, yeah.
I always
Yeah,
liked
you're right.
beagles.
Huh? Just write it though. It's fun.
I just like
Better back
beagles.
right.
you
I
know.
like beagles
Keep
too.
writing more stuff. Yeah, beagles are cute.
I like beagles too.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what his
We've
name
considered
was?
getting one. Do you remember the dog's name?
Yeah, that's what I did.
No, I don't remember.
No. Well, cool. Right, you get a good amount of stuff.
I got more than enough.
Too much.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
That's what you only heard the half of it.
I got like 40 things.
And when did you meet Ellen?
Oh, can we
When did you meet Ellen?
can we? Because you need images to support.
Oh yeah,
No,
I'll
work.
give him. I'll
Oh,
give
yeah,
him
I do.
some.
Yeah, you do. Can
I'll give him some.
can
Some
we just
new
borrow-
stuff, not
can-
the usual stuff.
what?
Interesting stuff. I'll give him.
We
Right.
need it. We need it. His.
No, I know. I
It's-
said yeah. Let's,
it's due on Monday.
Give him a break
What-
though.
what do you need?
Yeah.
He needs to eat.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Oh, looking for photos. I'm wondering that book that we gave him. If we could just borrow the book, and I'll bring it back.
It's harder than you think. It's more. It's not. It's not a book, essentially.
That
It's
we
all,
made.
all over the place.
No, we made him that book.
Oh, that book. Oh
Yeah.
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 That would
And
be
just
plenty.
Just take pictures of it on your phone.
No, go.
Or print them out, I don't know. It's not another there.
It's not.
You mean this?
Is that the book that we made him? Casey? That would be awesome, actually.
Excuse me, Jalen.
Oh yeah, this. I'll bring it back.
Who's your
You
favorite
should do all
sports
the
team right
pictures.
now?
What?
You should
Who's your
just go
favorite
like
sports
this
team right now?
In conjunction with
Favorite
the
sports
interview.
team?
49ers, of course.
You know
I
what
like
mean?
the
Show
49ers.
pictures for you.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah. This is great.
Although I don't suggest
and this.
that you play football. It's too dangerous.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to play football.
It's too
That's
too
a nice
damn
pose.
dangerous.
Hey, there's Luis Sincera.
You think Jaden should play football?
Huh?
You
I don't want to play
That's
You
what
football.
he
think
is.
Jaden should play?
That's our
Football?
grandparents.
He likes football.
Do you think Jaden should play football?
Nita,
No.
Olivia,
No.
Luis
It's too
Sincera.
dangerous?
Yes.
Yeah, it is too dangerous.
He's like,
Did you
"Who's
get
that
any
fat
injuries
little
during
fart?"
during football?
Hey,
Did
Jaden.
I what?
Did you get any injuries?
Jaden, you want to see a
during
fat
football?
little fart?
Who's that?
Who do you think?
Oh, you. That's you.
I said fat little fart.